Hello, guys, and welcome to the Recreate Watch Along. It's the pit crew, me and Mike here today, just the two of us.
Welcome.
Welcome. It's an early morning. Thanks for joining us.
And if you doubt it's early morning, just look at this. It is very, very early morning.
Man, you forget how big a star Checo is in Mexico. He is huge.
Like the huge cheers every time he just appears within that
Yeah.
stadium section, like fanatical, like there's fanatics.
Yeah, they just showed a shot of him walking through the paddock, and there was like 50 bodyguards around him. It was ridiculous how popular he is.
I guess if you've got a large population and one driver and a Grand Prix in your home country that you didn't have for quite a while, I
Yeah,
guess you've got that
yeah,
that groundswell of support still there.
yeah, it's iconic.
Will he be in the top six, Mike?
God, I hope so. For his for his own sake,
Yeah.
for Max's sake, so he can leave the country safely.
Yes.
Uh, are you not working today, Mike?
How's Albon going to go after his crash?
I
Is he going to?
know. Yeah. All right, catch everybody up on what's been happening on FP1, FP2, and FP3, Mike.
So I've only briefly looked at the free practices, and look, the FP2 was just a tire test essentially. Like they just
Mm,
had to test the new tires, and I don't think anything meaningful was found from there. But Russell had a quite a large accident in FP1,
mm, mm.
um, and Colapinto and Albon came together as no, sorry, Albon and Behrman came together in FP1 as well. They tripped over each other. But I think that McLaren showed pace, which was I just flicked briefly through FP3,
Yeah.
and yeah, Piastri and Norris were pretty close.
Is it a three? Is it a three-man race now to the end, or is Max too far gone?
Ah, I think Max is too far gone.
Mm.
Like it's within grasping distance, but I think it's it's too far gone.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it would require just such a disaster of
Yeah,
historical significance, right?
yeah. Like Peter Windsor put a video together midweek about
Yeah.
if McLaren had an optimum strategy for Lando at every race, and they both gave Piastri's position to Norris and didn't make any mistakes, the difference would be 21 points or something like that in the most optimal kind of situation. And then if it was 21 points, you go, look, that's a DNF or a couple
Yeah,
of bad
that's
races,
worse.
and
Yeah.
it's really within striking distance. But at the moment, like Red Bull can't be that bad.
Yeah, no, they're not. Even as the second fastest
But
car, they're going to execute so well, right? So,
mm, but I mean, constructors is a completely different story. Like constructors is gone,
oh
isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's over.
It's just so weird to see the cars going so fast and see the rear wings so upright. Like the rear wing looks like just a board
Yeah, it
on
looks
these
so
cars
different,
with
right?
Monaco.
It's a different car. Look at it.
Yeah, like the cars look just visually so different with a max
Yeah,
wing on them.
they
I think they
look
look
like
better. I think they look really aggressive.
they look like the F1 cars of the 2010s, the early 2010s. You know what I mean? With the
Mm,
just the rear wing, that is the
mm,
silhouette.
mm.
Mm.
Like, like I think that's sort of what defines F1 eras is like the size of the rear tires and the
Mm.
size of the rear wing. When you see big rear wing and big rear tires, you're like, looks very serious. So sent Perez out early. Is that so he can get a banker lap in, so he can
Yeah,
get a bit of more sponsored dollars, a
take the
bit more
pressure off a
TV
bit. Yeah,
time, or
take the pressure off. Just put one in. Can you hear the TV in the background from me?
no, let me just not at all.
All right, cool, cool.
No.
Got to set it up so I can hear the TV and hear you at once. So I don't know
Mm, mm,
how I'd do
mm.
that, but multiple headphones. Are you free tomorrow? you want to come over tomorrow morning?
Yes. Yep, tomorrow morning.
Yeah, if Jenny's
I'd
free.
be curious, like, to see
Yeah.
like telemetry on tracks and see where Perez loses the most, what type of driving, what type of corners where he loses the most time to Max. Because obviously we're talking hundredths and tenths. That's the sport. But I know that like Schumacher and Irvine, like Irvine was basically a match for Schumacher in slow corners, but it's just fast corners where Schumacher just gapped him.
Right.
I wonder if that's the same case, or Checo's might be even more superior in slow corners. Max is better in medium. I don't
Yeah.
braking. I don't know.
Or
I don't
whether he's
know.
just faster everywhere or what. Yeah. Yeah.
Mate, that's just the sad reality. Is like
We've only
this
got
guy's faster
telemetry.
than you everywhere.
Yeah, we've only got telemetry on the three sectors, unfortunately, but it'd be worth looking into one day. Eh?
Well, I was watching Drive to Survive, just an episode the other night, and it was when Ricardo got back in the car for his first few races, and they're giving him live updates. They're going, Yuki's found more time in braking for turn one,
Oh
like a
yeah.
Zandvoort or something like that. You've got to find more time in turn one under braking. Like, the pressure for a driver is just like, okay, so you're doing your best, but we just need a couple more meters under
Oh
braking
yeah.
in turn one because the other guy can do it.
I
No
think
pressure,
the
just go
telemetry
do
they
it.
get in the pits when they're looking at that monitor that drops down, it's incredibly detailed.
Mm,
Like
mm,
every wheel adjustment, braking line, braking trace,
mm.
every single adjustment, so that they can really see who's doing what. It's incredible.
It's, it's also incredible the driving styles. Like Max was vaunted as the last of the late breakers because he's in a Red Bull, but if you look at the traces, he just brakes a bit earlier and carries more corner speed in. So if that's
Mm-mm.
your driving style and you brake earlier and carry more corner speed in, and there's someone in your ear just going, you can brake 5 meters later, it's like, I could, but also that's not my driving style. So I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So much of it's muscle memory, and
Yeah.
especially past a certain age. Norris to the top.
Yeah. I want to see the telemetry of Ricardo's bad habits. I want Corner to put a circle around the bad habits
Yeah, it's interesting.
from
Yeah.
McLaren. Because McLaren came out and said, no, the guy didn't have any bad habits. He's just adapting his driving style to our weird car, basically. Okay, so Norris first, Albon and Colapinto third and fourth, 4/10, 6/10. Hamilton 6/10 in fifth,
Yep.
Russell 7/10 in seventh,
Verstappen,
Piastri a second
three
behind in
purples.
10th.
Verstappen by 2/10. What's your feed showing? Where are you up on your
Now, so I just got Verstappen passing.
Okay.
I've got Verstappen going into the Heineken sign now,
Okay.
and then cut to Lambiasi.
Maybe give your screen a reload. I think you're a few seconds behind mine.
Yeah, mine's always behind by about 10 seconds. Even if I go like to live on K on TV,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was always behind yours.
I'll go back a few seconds then.
I've got 10, 12. So countdown in qualifying, like
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, exactly 10 seconds behind mine.
Yeah.
I'm at
That was the
9:40.
same in the last stream as well.
Oh.
So no matter how many times I've tried to refresh live, it was always about 10 seconds behind you guys. So Verstappen's taken 2/10 from Norris.
Yeah. Norris, another.
Piastri in no man's land. Piastri must have made some errors on his lap. 1.3. It's a football field behind in F1 terms.
Mm-mm.
And Perez with the early lap in 14th with that banker. Apparently, FP3 Tsunoda put in a very impressive lap. It was fair way in front of Lawson, obviously subject to fuel loads and so forth. But this is Lawson's audition end of season.
I
But
know.
he has the
God.
seat for next year, right? So
He has it for next year, but what seat? Which seat?
yeah, that's that's a very good point. And they just announced Yuki for the young driver test for Red Bull as well, end of year.
Really?
Test, more like shootout.
Wow, that'll be exciting. They should televise
Yeah,
that. Wow, that's
yeah.
exciting. Is Norris on? I'm confused by what I'm seeing on the telemetries. Never mind, it's
They
probably not
should
on screen.
televise Yuki and his live in-car radio.
Yeah. Fuck is happening?
Mm.
He's turned down the sweariness though, apparently.
Mm. Yeah, in that Drive Survive episode, they had Lawson at Singapore last year, and Lawson was just on the radio, just like almost exasperated, like that was all I can do. I'm spent. I'm done. Like that's everything I can give.
Wow.
And the radio chat response was, "Yeah, mate, that's what you're here for."
Yeah.
It's
Rookie.
cold. Rookie.
Ooh, Hulkenberg pops up to 2. Plenty of time to go, obviously. Then Gasly in second.
Has Hulkenberg always had this qualifying pace, or is this some weird
This is
late
some,
resurgence of
yeah,
his
man.
career in Haas or something like that?
He's started a new prescription of Viagra or something. I do not understand
Yeah.
it. He's just found this, you know, no, not
Like, I thought Ricciardo didn't really wipe him at Renault, but Ricciardo had his measure at Renault that year.
To follow the metaphor, he was impotent at Renault. He just lost so much confidence.
That German Grand Prix where it's like, this is Nico's podium, and then oh no, we went off onto the drag strip. Oh,
he just had
slippery out there.
But now he's refound it. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Became super sub, then after super sub, found his way from a commentary to a drive, and now
I thought Magnussen would have his number for sure, based historical performance, and head-to-head against teammates. I thought Magnussen would have him.
Mm.
I mean, he was a good sub, Hulkenberg, but never a, A driver. So it's amazing.
Exactly. Like, remember when, like, I think did Paul di Resta, like, sub in, like, a Williams in Hungary? Because
I'm not sure.
Someone got sick and he's like, went straight from the commentary booth to the car or something.
Shit, really? That's amazing.
And obviously just, like, had never driven one before and came, like, last by a big margin or something. Okay. So Verstappen, Gasly's in second. Incredible form by Gasly. Yuki still got his 3/10 on Lawson. Yuki in fifth, Lawson in eighth. Alonso finding dragging some time out of the Aston Martin for seventh, just behind Sainz and Tsunoda.
Russell. Hamilton now.
Hamilton just
only 8.
Hanging around the drop zone like last race in Austin.
It's a little bit. And his track was deleted, I believe. Off track limits at turn 1.
Really? So his 8th position is deleted?
He's deleted. He's gonna be under pressure. And he would have.
Wow, Mercedes and Alonso and Hamilton have identical time with the same engine, but one's a factory team, and McLaren have a Mercedes engine and not a factory team, and look what they're doing.
I know.
Like, it's hard to believe, like, they all have the same power unit, but are so different in performance, like Williams. But obviously Williams is quite a different situation with the budget and the team structure and working with Excel spreadsheets to engineer the car and stuff.
I think Norris has moved to the top of the timing sheets. My stream's a little bit behind.
I'm on 4:42 to go. And Piastri moves up only to 13th. That's not a... He's had consecutive bad laps. He's got it's 4:24 to go. Can Piastri pit, make it a fast outlap, and go? He has to go again. He's 13th.
Yeah.
Leclerc's 15th. And Perez is still 20th after his early, media tour of the track.
A lot of pressure. Yeah, the pressure is all on Perez and Piastri. All eyes on them. Colapinto too. I mean, he's.
What was with putting Perez out first? What was the idea behind putting out first when the track was it's clearly a track that's very slippery, ramps up? Like, I don't know. Like, The number 2 drivers, Piastri and sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, people. Piastri's not a number 2 driver. The second driver, Piastri and Perez, under pressure. As Martin says, you can only refuel in the garage. There's no quick fuel in the pit lane anymore.
Right.
Like, why is Leclerc so far behind Sainz?
Yeah, true. What is happening? Leclerc set
Colapinto's a fair bit behind Albon.
Leclerc's on a hot lap out there. He's just set purple sectors.
There's quite a delta between virtually all the teammates. Like Ocon, Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz. Oh, the closest is Alonso and Stroll.
Oh, Piastri just struggling on his outlap. On his
first sector. Is he saving the tyres, or is that another? Is it conservative saving the tyres? But he's down 2/10 in the first sector, not even personal best.
Oh no!
Is this the safe banker to get into the? It's top 15 with 2:09 to go.
Yeah, it looks like he's pushing.
He's pushing. Like, obviously the tyres are degraded, and maybe he doesn't have full charge, but it has to. This is it.
No, he's pushing. You can see.
Well, Perez is his personal best first sector. Perez is only 3/10 within the top 15 at this point. Let's see if Piastri is up on the second sector. Oh no, sorry, he's in his final sector.
Piastri only goes 14th. Perez only 15th.
Oh.
Leclerc third.
What? Perez is slower than Piastri.
Oh my.
14th Piastri, 15th Perez.
Oh,
and Leclerc bumps Perez.
I'll let your stream catch up. This is incredible. I'll let you see what's happening. Magnussen fourth.
Oh, Magnussen just popped into fourth. Yes.
Gasly fifth.
So Piastri and Perez.
Sixth.
I think P stands for pissed. Piastri and Perez.
No hablo. Quali. Massive upset. Piastri and Perez, they won't have time. They've spent their battery. They can't go again.
No. Okay, so Colapinto's on the bubble, 15th. Ocon's on the lap. Ocon's first sector, first 1.5 tenths up on Colapinto. Colapinto's now... Oh! Colapinto's out. He's pushed by Bottas, goes into 14th.
Yeah.
Stroll's on the bubble. Oh, man.
All is right.
That's okay. Stroll's already got the golf set out, so we can go golfing after Q1.
Oh, he's lifted. Okay.
Ocon's now outside of Stroll, even though he's on a personal best by 0.095. It's all the last sector for Ocon. All or nothing to get in.
Ocon doesn't improve. That's
his teammate Gasly in 6th, and Ocon goes 19th.
That's official then. Perez out, Piastri out, Colapinto out, Zhou out. Yep. Disappointing.
And the tiniest of margins. Look at like 10th, like 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, hundredths of a second.
He was. How did he lose so much time?
So here's the standout. Bottas in 14th to drag that Sauber up into the 14th position. Bottas. Yuki and Gasly up in 6th and 7th. Magnussen in 5th. That was a Hulkenberg-worthy performance from his teammate.
That was huge. That was Hulk smash.
Okay, Colapinto's looks like he's going to take a nap.
Perez in his first sector went 35.5.
He was personal best first sector. Was it bad or?
Yeah, Perez, that is. Oh, at least here it says 35.5 versus Verstappen's 33.6. I don't understand.
It can't be 2 seconds.
It can't be right. What's wrong with this
No,
telemetry?
maybe that was just his most recent lap on his
But it looks
cooldown. No.
like he's set up to go faster in the second sector and the last sector, but
Hmm.
slower in the first
Hmm.
sector.
That sounds pretty typical of Perez, like save the tires on first sector and then fly in the last one.
Right. Versus Max, that is.
Hmm. Hmm.
So maybe less top end speed, but it hasn't paid off.
I think we're all questioning that tour of duty on the first opening lap. Like, I don't know. Were they thinking he needs to do some extra practice to get a feel for the circuit?
Get his
He was
confidence
never going to
up.
set a representative time going out so early on the track with such track improvement.
Yeah. I guess they wanted to avoid putting pressure on him, but that unfortunately is exactly how it turned out.
Yeah, it just manifests
It
itself
manifested
towards the end.
itself.
Like, if, yeah. I guess I see your point. Yeah, like they would have had to put like, let's put a banker lap in. It'll be reasonable. We'll see how the session goes.
Build from
We'll
that.
have to improve, but at least
Yeah.
we got something a place marker in there. But the place markers from Piastri and Perez, but they weren't there. Was it Science that threw in a good one at the end?
Science went second overall.
Mm.
Man, what has happened to Oscar? Let's talk about Oscar for a bit.
Like, he's obviously very talented.
But
Do you reckon
Russell's.
his response to pressure is overdriving? Like, he's like,
I don't
when he goes
know.
back to the pressurized situation where he can't let the car flow like Lando, he's just like, I can drive this thing at 110%, and that's modern Formula One car is not designed to be
I
ringed
know.
by the scruff of the neck. It's designed to be nuanced like Lando
Right.
around the track.
I don't know, but it's amazing. He's this is a big reality check. He was being touted only a few races ago, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder if the driving style is different. Like, it's high downforce setup, but it's low drag. It's the equivalent downforce is like a Monza level of equivalent drag on the downforce on the car. So it's a low downforce
Mm.
feeling for the driver. If you got low downforce, relatively low grip surface, maybe just Lando's got that more nuanced feel for that floating on that limit.
Mm.
I don't know.
Kid's good. He's better than we thought.
Mm. Be curious to look at maybe like, I suppose wet track is the ultimate example of low grip. I wonder if there's been examples in the past of like Lando versus Piastri in the wet. If Piastri can keep up, is Piastri a good wet weather driver? I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't seen enough to know, have
No, I
we?
haven't seen it. I'm really curious.
There haven't been any wet races this year, at least, have there? No.
Yeah, if Pirelli can put their heads together and get some tire warmers onto those extreme wets rather than the the procession that we see whenever it's on full wets, just for a few moments until they red flag the session, that would be pretty amazing.
Thanks for the sub sprint. We got another sub. Yay. Welcome.
That's me.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, welcome, Michael. I just saw it now.
Yes.
Yay, we got another sub. We're up to 10. It's the little things.
Yeah. So apparently they're introducing a new C6, or they're trying to homologate a C6 tire for next year. So it's even softer, the one step softer than the current range.
Oh.
So for tracks like Monaco, do they have like a special extra soft option just for Monaco or maybe some other circumstances?
Mm-mm. What's this here? You got your coffee going?
I have my Verstappen coffee, yes. Yeah, Kevin, 5th.
Albono is the first one out.
Track dominance, Norris versus Science. So Science is good on the straight part, and Norris is good on the curved, according to the graph. Do you know if this is a permanent racetrack, Mike? It looks pretty, even though it's a street kind of circuit, it looks pretty permanent.
I think it is, yeah. But it goes around the stadium, so good question. Does it
Well,
go?
apparently the stadium is no longer used for baseball, so it's like a repurposed baseball
Oh, right,
stadium.
okay. So they just repurpose it for the seating and so on?
Yeah,
Okay.
because otherwise it'd
Not
just be
sure.
really strange. Like, oh, we'll just rip up the tarmac and put some grass down for the other 364 days a year.
Let me Google it. Automoto Hermano Rodriguez. Yeah, it is. It is a.
I presume that Max's engineering chat during the debriefs is a bit more detailed than his in-car radio. In-car radio, I love Max's comments. Brakes don't work, mate. No rear grip, mate. No grip anywhere, mate. Like, and is it under power or the differential settings, Mac? Everywhere.
Just shit.
I know that Yuki said he learned a lot from Ricardo from the technical debriefs, be able to like break it down for the engineers exactly what's happening with the car.
Right. It's such a important skill, isn't it? Being able to verbalize and articulate what's happening with the car to the engineers
Mm, mm.
through the telemetry.
I think it must be especially hard with the language barrier. Can you imagine like if
Oh
English was
yeah.
like a second language and they're asking you about various nuances of the car and you're trying to translate it or from your
Exactly.
own language to English and yeah.
That's it.
I guess this is why they throw a lot of the juniors into UK series and so forth, is that they learn to work with English engineers. And
Oh, Piastri's at the pen.
are we going to have a meme expression from Piastri? Or
I just turned up for a second.
the audio mix is a bit funny. You can't hear Piastri at all.
Oh, I think he had a track deleted. Did he? Did he have track limits? Let me see. Yeah, he had a track limits, turn 12, lap 6, time deleted. And then after that, he just lifted and he, you know,
Mm.
looks crestfallen.
Mm. I can't believe we're using Liam. I'm going to be using Liam Lawson in these terms, but is he going to do a Liam Lawson USA comeback? So Verstappen in Q1 was a 16.9 or something, was it? I can't remember, but 16.6 looks fast. Albon 17.0.
Yeah, I can't remember. I haven't got the time to really.
Yeah. So there's the most people in the stadium section. I'm sure the driver just must hate that little section. The cars look very clumsy in that last stadium section. And Leclerc opening with a 17.6, Carlos with a 17.0. The early gap remains between the Ferraris in the first runs. Oh,
Sorry, my mic's picking up some of the TV in the background. Just playing with it a bit.
wow, Max. In the section with Russell crashed in practice because Russell went too far over the curb and unstabilized the car. Max did exactly the same thing in the Red Bull. Wheels basically over the green part of the concrete and kept it. Like that's probably a combination of Max's driving and the Red Bull riding the bumps better than Mercedes, but it still looked very on edge. Like that section just spat Russell off the road, basically. So, Mike, who best of the rest is going to make the 10? Who's going to make the 10?
Oh, okay.
Magnussen, Hulkenberg. Can Gasly pull it out for a top 10? Lawson?
I think
Yuki's looking faster than Lawson. I won't put like Lawson in there.
I think Magnussen, Yuki
What do you
will
reckon?
make it in. Yeah, I think Magnussen and Yuki will make it in. I think Lawson, Alonso, Stroll, Bottas, and Magnussen, let's say, will miss out.
Mm.
I mean, those are easy picks, though. Those are safe picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Albon will get in there. He and Tsunoda are looking fast. Third and fourth so far. Gasly's looking okay.
Considering Albon lost all that practice time after the incident with Behrman, like that's a strong recovery to get the car in the window. I mean, it's weird. You assume that Hamilton's going to get in, like it's only top 10, but I don't know. I've got that slightly uneasy feeling that, if he doesn't put his run in late enough when the track's in a good position, and Hamilton could be a bit of a worry.
He didn't set a great time in the first queue.
So Leclerc's 17.6 gets deleted. His disappointing time is now no time.
Oh, no.
I mean, Stroll does a 17.3. It's 3/10 faster than Leclerc's deleted time.
Okay, so Russell...
And Magnussen still got 3/10 on Hulkenberg. K-Mag.
Russell goes up to third. Hamilton up to fourth. Lawson, 8th.
It's so impressive for Lawson to be close to Yuki and for Colapinto, whilst he's not in the top 15, to still be close to Albon, relatively.
Okay, so we have a top 10 so far of Norris, Verstappen, Russell, then Hamilton, then Sainz, Gasly, then Albon, Tsunoda, ahead of Lawson, then Alonso. Magnussen, Stroll,
and then into the bottom 5, yeah.
And Leclerc in the drop zone. Leclerc gets to set a time.
Yeah. I mean, shorter session, only 6 minutes 30-ish to go. Time for another regroup and another run.
So Leclerc, we're seeing footage of Leclerc going out, and he went well over the strip. Twice. Just totally lost control of the car, so then he's gone back into the pits again.
Oh.
Gosh.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's not quite video game style, but he took a lot of curb on those two, didn't he? That was like...
Wow.
Is that why it's deleted, all 4 wheels? Because it looks like all 4 wheels cut, at least on the second corner.
Yeah.
It's not a video game, Charles. It's not a simulator. You can't just cut the corner.
Norris pitting. Everyone's pitting at the moment, I think, other than Albon again.
Like Q1, the section of cars that's 8/10 behind the leader is so close.
Yeah, right. There's that second pack, isn't it?
A second pack, so Albon, followed by Sonoda, Lawson, Alonso, Magnussen, they're all
Mm.
0.8, 0.82, 0.86, 0.86, 0.88. That's really splitting hairs. I guess that's why they're taking so much curb. Is that's the difference if they can get that tiny advantage.
Well, we're hearing from Sergio in the paddock. I just couldn't get on top of it. I couldn't stop the car. Blaming the tires.
Mm.
Damn. You want to see Sergio do well at his home race. It's such a big event for him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's you always want some kind of like redemption. Like you think,
Yeah.
look, maybe the year hasn't worked out for me. Had a bit of food poisoning or something when I was overseas. But now that I'm home with my
Yeah.
family, I can go to my own house overnight. I don't have to stay in some weird hotel. You know.
Oh well. 18th for Sergio.
But that's F1. Like an identical car to his is now currently in second position in Q2. The car's
Mm.
identical.
Mm. That's one way to look at it, isn't it? Quite. That's the only way to look at it.
Mm. Like at this point, there's no kind of like, oh, we've got one upgrade. It's going to go into Max's car, Williams style. We've only got one wing or whatever. But
Close up of Lee Mooney He.
yeah. So Albon in the Mercedes-powered Williams is virtually the same as Hamilton in the Mercedes-powered Mercedes.
True.
Like that's great by Albon. So this is Leclerc's lap, isn't it? He's purple first sector.
Oh yeah. I think your stream's caught up to mine. We're registering that at the same time.
Mm.
Cool.
Mm.
So anyone that's watching our actual telemetry is ahead of the stream that we're watching in Australia. It takes a while to get to
Yeah.
us. So
Are
so
we going
what
to make
we're
a down under joke, Mike?
yeah.
So it takes a while to get down under the stream, Australia, upside down.
So what we're actually showing on our stream is ahead of what we're seeing for anybody that's covering us. I know. It's embarrassing.
I'm getting Leclerc crossing the line
Yeah.
now.
And then Signs beats him. Oof. Still,
Oh, really?
he's banked it. At least I think that will be safe. I don't know. Well, everyone's yet to go, so maybe not.
Is it because science holds the tire condition better into the end of the lap? Like Leclerc was purple first sector, and I presume like Carlos wasn't fast in any of the sectors. He was triple greens, but finds the 10th at the end of the lap, or 10th and a half almost.
This F1 coverage, man, it's just literally just F1 and drivers' girlfriends. That's all they cut away to. Is their
Yeah,
hot girlfriends.
yeah, yeah.
You'd think, man.
Or after someone crossed the line, like a random crowd reaction shot because they're wearing a Red Bull shirt, like, yay, let's put two and two together. That's a Red Bull fan. They're cheering for the Red Bull car. They just went over the line. Guys, we don't need this kind of like really obvious kind of
Mm.
TV coverage. Soon we'll have the subtitles like American TV, Mike, like Red Bull fan, so subtitles underneath the people wearing Red Bull
Yeah.
shirts.
Hulkenberg about to cross. Can he improve from 14th?
Oh, was Magnussen balked into the section? Was Magnussen balked?
8th. Oh, sorry, it was Magnussen. Yeah. A yellow flag goes up. Sector 3. A red flag. Something's happened.
What? What? Is Hulkenberg going to complete his lap? Sector 3 is yellow. Could he complete his
Yuki
lap?
Tsunoda has gone into the barriers. Holy shit.
Yuki Tsunoda has parked his Red Bull opportunity for 2025.
Damn.
Is that the stadium? That's not the stadium, no. That means that Lawson on a lap or Lawson was I don't know.
Lawson missed out. Yeah, so Lawson finishes just behind Tsunoda. So Tsunoda 11th, Lawson 12th, Alonso 13th, Stroll 14th, and Bottas 15th. No one gets to complete their last lap. And so...
As long as Lawson wasn't on a flyer and Yuki just thought, look, let's do a Rosberg at Monaco and park it.
Would he? Could he? Let the conspiracies begin.
Which deltas were on Yuki's steering wheel, his own or Lawson's?
So the top 10 we have, unofficially, is Norris first, Verstappen second, Sainz to Leclerc, to Russell, to Hamilton, Albon 7th, Hulkenberg 8th, Magnussen 9th, Gasly in 10th. So 2 harsh drives in the top 10, which is very, very interesting.
It's funny. It's pigeon pair for all teammates are all next to each other in this whole session result.
Yeah.
Lost it under brakes, the rear end.
3rd, 4th, 5, 6, 8th, 9th teammate pairs, yeah.
Didn't we say an identical mistake in US, Mike? Brakes too late, pinches the rear, spins by himself into a corner. It's exactly what happened in Austin in turn 1 in the race for Yuki. Yeah, he locked the front in Austin as well.
Right.
And was just pinched the rear brakes into the corner.
That's going to take a while to clean up. Ugh.
The guy in the scooter riding up, no helmet, safety first.
Alright, I'm going to make a coffee refill. I'll be right back.
Yep, sweet.
I got to add a big fat live button to our promo stuff. I think that's what everyone's doing. We haven't got the big fat live button. That's why we're not getting the views. Fair enough. We'll add a button.
A good point by Karoon. Yeah, it's so dusty offline. I guess it's like a wet track with the drying racing line. As soon as you put a wheel off onto the slipperier section, you lose grip very rapidly, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, still pretty good for RB just to be starting from the outside the fringes of the top 10.
Yeah. True.
Obviously not what they hoped, but they're not. They didn't go out in Q1 or anything like that. Unlike Piastri and Perez. Oh dear. So, Mike, do you think we can find a common thread in the top 10 that these drivers have a great feel for the limit of grip in low grip conditions? Like, I don't know. Is that too much of a blanket statement? Like Albon, he's meant to be quite nuanced with the car.
Definitely the
Gasly, does
experience
Gasly
is
have great
there.
feel for the car?
Yeah.
Hamilton's always been great in the wet.
Yeah.
Carlos is very
I
smooth.
think that's a fair statement, and definitely the experience is there too. Like the Colapintos,
Mm.
the Piastris,
Mm.
the number two guys have all gotten knocked out with a little bit less experience. So maybe, yeah, maybe that says something to that.
Mm.
Good call.
Verstappen's great in the wet. Norris is very smooth. There's someone with a pit board sign saying, "Daniel, we miss you." Wow. Like, you see some Grand Prix in obviously maybe more some countries a bit maybe newer to F1, and you don't see that much fan merch in the crowd. I think Mexico, there's a lot of fan merch in the crowd.
Oh yeah, 80% of it counterfeit. Maybe that's
Uh,
why. Sorry, Mexicans. That's a bad assumption. That's terrible.
those wheel discs don't look any better from the day they were launched. Those aero discs on the wheels. Why isn't anyone having fun with them and like painting wheel patterns so it looks like a good wheel? I mean, McLaren are having fun with the the Google logo. That's fun. But no one
Mm.
else is painting like fun color, fun patterns to make it look like a wheel. It's a disc.
Yeah, yeah. I like the Google. I like the McLaren one. You're right. That looks cool.
Hmm. Like back in the era when they had the like the Brawn era, when they had those wheel discs, they didn't actually spin with the wheel. They were just stationary. But they actually painted like on the surface. It looked like an alloy wheel. Ferrari did. Looked kind of cool.
Mm, mm. So just looking at stuff.
Have we seen a close up of Sergio's dad yet?
No,
Maybe he hasn't got the big smile.
no, we have not.
Teamwear, Mike. Teamwear. The Mexican wave in Mexico. It's real.
Quali 3 starting in a minute.
I've got a minute 18, 17, 16 on mine.
Yeah, it's about 8 seconds ahead of me. I mean, behind me. So.
So I guess they're strategizing now for how to get Piastri back. Like what tyre choice? They're going to run long. They're going to try and get soft tyres for an advantage off the start and attack early. Wonder what McLaren's approach for Piastri is and what Red Bull's approach for Perez is. Try and get them into the points. And to a degree, Colapinto as well. Okay, starting to move out onto the track for
Yeah,
Q3, first runs.
should be exciting.
Not sure who's got new tyre sets up their sleeve. I presume they're going to do used tyre runs and bolt on the new ones. Oh, brand new for Verstappen, they just said. Verstappen's going to save a set of tyres. 2 runs. So it's quite interesting that the escape road in turn 1 doesn't lead to a tarmac little strip around the outside if they brake too late. Like they have to go through the grass to get back to the track if they brake too late into T1. Okay, Mike, so Verstappen's on his lap.
Yep, Verstappen's
I guess he's going to go purple
Right.
because he's the first one.
Yep.
Okay, so Verstappen and Norris both on a lap. Norris about 10 seconds behind Verstappen. So Verstappen goes purple. Where does Norris go? Does he take the purple away?
I think I'm seeing green on his sector.
Green. So 3/10 behind Max in the first sector.
Yeah, wow.
Both on new tyres, they're saying. No, so they said Norris is used, sorry.
Okay, I'll resist the temptation to look at the live telemetry, and I'll go off the our commentary.
Okay.
Verstappen on provisional pole.
Verstappen, a little wiggle out of the last corner. 16.3. Wow.
Norris half a second down. 0.56 down from Verstappen. Not even close.
Wow. Wow, just barely breaking the 17s. Well, Verstappen's in an early 16. That's a marker to lay down on for everyone else to chase.
Okay, Leclerc's looking good.
Yeah, Albon can't even match his Q2 time in the first run. I presume obviously unused for the first run for virtually everyone. Is Leclerc on new? Because he's almost matching Verstappen after sector 2. Sainz is 10th up on Verstappen sector 1. Maybe both Ferraris are on new tyres. They must be.
Max Verstappen has had his lap time deleted. Sainz goes to the top. Ooh la la.
What? What? Oh, and Sainz by 3/10 on his teammate.
Wow, Verstappen, no time.
Sainz on a 16.0, Leclerc 16.3, Norris 16.8.
I know.
Russell 16.5, popped into
Hamilton,
third.
Pops in behind him at fourth. Then Norris, then
Yeah.
Gasly, Albon, the two Haas, and Verstappen in the pit.
Wow, so he thought the Verstappen first on the road, no pressure, new tyres, puts in the banker.
Turn 2, oh yeah, and 3, yeah.
Did he do a Leclerc?
He did a Leclerc.
Did he do a Leclerc or four wheels cut?
He did exactly what Leclerc did.
Yeah.
Because once you compromise the first corner, you compromise the next pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so most of the drivers have now pitted for their final push, but that's interesting.
It's because that orange curb on the inside of 2 and 3, it's, I suppose, a very soft sausage curb. So the drivers have to avoid the highest part of that orange curb. And the only way of doing that is by moving further to the inside. And when you move further to the inside, it basically makes you extremely close, if not over the white line. I mean, technically, that should probably make the further inside of the corner, the more penalising the curb. You can't have like so if you take half a bit of curb, it's really penalising. But if you go over the whole curb, there's almost no penalty.
Right. Hamilton comes to the pits.
It should just be linear. It should be like this. If you take this part, it's a penalty. This part, it's okay. This part doesn't compromise you. Otherwise, the curb just goes like this. So they're going to drive on this side.
Yeah.
They're not going to drive here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to go here.
They're going to go all out.
Yeah. If it's like this, no one's going to go here. Everyone's going to go here.
Mm.
Qualis with 3/10 on his teammate. Wow. And so Hulkenberg has turned it around in Q3 to be half a second in front of Magnussen after first runs. Albon and Gasly very close in 6th and 7th.
Mm.
Norris sort of in no man's land,
No
8
man's
tenths
land.
behind in 5th. Russell and Hamilton half a second behind 3rd and 4th. Leclerc 3 tenths behind in 2nd. And Sainz laying down the marker with a 16-0.
Yep.
With 3 minutes 40 to go. Onto final runs. Verstappen with no time on the board. Where's Verstappen in the queue?
This is going to be exciting.
Is he going to be able to find some clear track, Mike?
It looks like he was first out. Let's have a look.
Oh, was he? Sorry.
Let's see. No. Actually, that's not consistent with what I'm saying, actually. No, he's in the middle of the pack. You're right. Sorry. First
Behind
out
the 2
was
Ferraris.
Yeah, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, then Albon, Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz. Verstappen is with.
Can we just say thank you to Alpine for not painting their cars orange for this race? We don't have weird flashbacks of which cars being hit. Is Verstappen going to be able to get some optimum tyre warm-up? Like, Verstappen needs a time and he needs the time. Like, to beat a 16-0, so Verstappen's deleted time was a 16-3. So he's got to go 3 tenths faster than his fastest first lap without going off the track. It's a huge ask for Max. It's a huge ask. Like, Sainz laid it down. Like, Max has got to get into the 15s. So, Mike, is Max going to go for it, or he's going to be?
He has to, doesn't he?
I'm going to be in the top 5.
Wow, I don't know.
Or is he going to go for pole and put it all on the line, all or nothing?
He only knows one way, doesn't he? What do you think?
He only knows one way, man.
The Max way.
But does he need to adapt to that? I just need to be in front of Norris way.
Yeah, just put a safe lap in maybe, and just, I mean, the car has the speed to just play it safe.
If he puts a safe lap in, so he's ahead of like Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Albon, Gasly, and goes, look, I'm there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
That's totally not Max's approach, but we'll see. We'll see in the next minute and a half. Can Hamilton put a marker above Russell and just go, hey, I'm leaving, but yeah.
I hope so. We haven't seen Hamilton really bring it to Russell in a while.
Yeah. I mean, if they're 3rd and 4th after first runs, Hamilton knows that he's got the pace in the car to be there. Oh, someone took the purple away from Leclerc. It was Sainz.
Yes.
And Verstappen, slower than Sainz's first marker by almost a 10th. Leclerc in front of Sainz, 2nd sector. Sainz goes purple in the 2nd sector by 2 tenths on his own time.
Sainz.
Can Sainz get a 15?
16.
Can Sainz get a 15?
Yes, he can. Oh, 116. Just above. Oh, 115.9. Dude.
Sainz. 15.9, Mike.
15.9. Verstappen second. He splits the two Ferraris. What will Hamilton
Does
and Russell
Verstappen
both
go
got
into the
yellow
15s?
sectors? Norris is next up
No.
to cross.
Verstappen couldn't get a 15. First lap, which was
Norris goes up to
16.3, now
third.
16.1.
Norris comes up to third, just behind Max.
Where did Carlos find that lap?
Wow. Vamos.
Where did Carlos find the lap?
Russell and Hamilton next to cross, I think. Russell's next.
That's not the lap of a Williams driver.
Russell doesn't improve. In fifth.
I said Hamilton 6 tenths down.
Yeah, Hamilton.
Saying Russell doesn't improve? No, stays
No.
fifth. Hamilton's personal best, second sector. No. Status quo remains. 3 tenths between Russell and Hamilton, fifth and sixth. Disappointment for Hulkenberg, ends up 10th. So, Mike, run through the top 10 for us.
Okay, we have Sainz at first. Then Verstappen, who brought it back. Norris in third. Then Leclerc at fourth. Russell and Hamilton 5, 6. Magnussen 7. Gasly at 8. Albon 9. Hulkenberg in 10. Wow. Ooh, Sainz.
Sainz. Smooth operator.
Smooth operator. I mean, he's Latino. That'll have to do.
Yeah. They focus on his dad in the pits. What else can they do?
Wow. Congratulations, Carlos. Incredible performance.
Congratulations to Carlos.
No one picked that.
I think in the last stream, Mike, I said I'm looking forward to the got nothing to lose Carlos for the last bit of the season.
You might have picked it. Yeah, well done.
The nothing to lose Carlos. I like this Carlos.
I like this Carlos. Yeah, he's had a great couple of weeks. He's had a great Tex-Mex weekend.
Yeah, he has.
Back to back.
Some extra salsa, some extra lime, bit of fizz.
Coriander. He's at home. He likes this. Well done, Carlos.
Lightly battered fish in the taco.
Oh, I could go for a fish taco.
Oof. Mate, he's warming up that seat for Hamilton to have to live up to the late Carlos form in 2024.
Yeah.
Up, F1 TV coverage, focus on the fans wearing the Ferrari. Why was I always doubting Ferrari in their high downforce setup? I mean, it's just like the legacy of years ago when Ferrari didn't have a good high downforce setup. I haven't caught up. I always thought that they weren't anywhere with the high downforce setup. They clearly are. A Hulkenberg surfboard on the curb. That's why he's so far behind. Yeah, he basically did. Is that the same mistake Piastri made? Just surfboarded it into the stadium section.
And Leclerc, we're seeing Leclerc lose a bit of control there, coming out into the stadium section. Oof. A lot of trouble here.
Yeah, completely off line there, and has to try and recover the next corner.
Oh, Hamilton.
Too late on turn in.
Look at Hamilton almost bin it. Oh, incredible.
Oof. Cars are so clumsy in that stadium section. Like, they're just big and heavy. Yeah, got curb. Oof. Did well to hold it, though. Like, that was great car control. I mean, it's Lewis Hamilton, isn't it? You can drive a car sideways. Okay, Mike. I've got to go to work.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Good fun.
Are you around tomorrow? We'll do a stream tomorrow, either from mine or over Discord. We'll see. All right.
Yeah, amazing.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks
For joining us for the quali.
Yeah.
See you, everyone.